There is no doubt this guy is determined to become the perfect actor and a superhuman to boot. It seems Tom Cruise is well on his way to becoming a real-life god. Is this mission really possible?
Now, I have and will continue to dedicate my life to accomplishing this.
What drove him to build Hollywood's most expensive superstar career? Some facts about Tom's reputation are impossible to verify. Those involved are not at liberty to say or are restricted by NDAs. However, if you try to listen closely to those who still can talk, Tom Cruise's bottom line can be unraveled. Tom Cruise knows how to surprise and impress. He appeared piloting a helicopter at the Top Gun Maverick press conference. This is how he drove his first expensive toy in the movie. Over the course of 40 years in the movie industry, the actor has gained unmatched skills. This was always his biggest desire, according to his first manager, Eileen Berlin. Several months before the big Top Gun Maverick premiere, she showed the whole world what kind of man Tom was at 18 years old. When he first came to conquer New York, he was always very ambitious, very determined to be a star, and that made him a perfectionist. Yes, Tom likes order and discipline, and believes his team is the gold standard for modern movie making. The world found out about this when the actor was reported screaming obscenities at the staff who neglected COVID precautions on the set of Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning.
We are the gold standard. You're back there in Hollywood making movies right now because of us. We are creating thousands of jobs, you and if you don't do it, you're fired. And I see you do it again, you're gone.
Eileen was not surprised. According to her, even as a young man, he was very self-centered. Everything revolved around me. He harbored a lot of anger at his natural father. He was moody and would get angry in a snap of your fingers. I put it down to his insecurity. It's hard to believe that the person hanging on a cliffside, climbing the Burj Khalifa, and being a first face and an ambassador of the Church of Scientology can be insecure.
There's one thing I've learned in all my years. Sometimes you gotta say, what the f***? Make your move.
Nowadays, Eileen can hardly believe Tom was married 3 times. I don't think he loves people. He loves what he does.
I love you.
Piloting an F-18 requires loving to do it.
We're doing 3 flights in one day, and there's nothing you can do. You're gonna puke, you know.
Check out the first line of his biography on his website. Tom Cruise is a global cultural icon who has made an immeasurable impact on cinema by creating some of the most memorable characters of all time. A little grand perhaps, but absolutely true. He is not only Maverick, Ethan Hunt, Jack Reacher, but also Jerry Maguire, Frank Mackey, and even Disney's Aladdin. Rolling Stone magazine even called him the best air guitar player after his performance in Risky Business. Even if you haven't seen the original, you've definitely come across more than a few references to this cultural moment over the years. Eileen saved the actor's first rider, which Tom presented after the Risky Business casting. It included a $75,000 pay-or-play contract, 2 weeks vacation, first-class hotel, and the best dressing room. Quite ambitious, but after the movie premiered, 21-year-old Tom Cruise's value went up to $1 million and also became an idol for all 1980s teenagers.
It hasn't been a long, hard, tough climb to success for you, has it, Tom? Boy, every day I pick up the papers, there's something about Tom Cruise in there going on.
Also, 3 years, I've been really lucky.
Tom is being humble. His way to success started early and was quite difficult.
For years I ignored it. I kind of shut that off from my life.
He was 12 when his parents' divorce shook his world to the core. His mother, Mary Lee, left his neglectful father to raise 4 children on her own. He was a bully and a coward, the person where if something goes wrong, they kick you. It was a great lesson in life, how he'd lull you in, make you feel safe, and then bang. Tom Cruise forgave his father only when he became one himself. All his childhood was spent helping his mother and fighting hard for the spot under the sun. While he was studying at school, they had to move 15 times. I was really wanting to be accepted, wanting love and attention from people, but I never really seemed to fit in anywhere. He was bullied for being dyslexic and was considered stupid among his peers. At the same time, he was always the best at any sport, enjoyed acting in the school theater scene, and bathed in his mother's and 3 sisters' love. The girls taught their young brother how to kiss.
Not them.
No, the friend. Leanne, yeah, her friends, they were at that age when they wanted to practice. Boyfriends. So that school bell rang and I was sprint home when I knew his friends were gonna be there. Her friends would take me into the bathroom and practice, you know, a French kiss, and I thought I'm gonna pass out because... So, sisters have friends, it's a good thing.
The lessons definitely paid off, as at just 24 years old, he managed to seduce 40-year-old icon Cher.
I've had just the greatest lovers ever.
Where did Tom Cruise rank on that list?
Well, he was in the top 5.
Really?
At 25, Tom put a ring on it with an actress who was also quite a bit older than him, Mimi Rogers, who introduced him to Scientology. The status of being married, though, never stopped the athletic, handsome sex symbol from being adored by his numerous fans.
Got a little crush on you. You don't mind it, do you?
No.
No. It's not like I want the marriage to break up to me. I just want you to, like, live in my house and mow my lawn. That's all I want.
Women went completely crazy over him, as he seemed to be so easygoing. Even Princess Diana was secretly dreaming of him, and she was very happy to visit the set of Mission Impossible in London with little William and Harry. Right after that, she mentioned this to her chef.
She said, "That's another one off the list, he's too short." She'd met Tom Cruise.
Yes, the action superhero and a passionate movie lover is only 5'7" tall. Cruise often uses lifters and special stands, and the camera crew must always know the right angles to shoot. Through pain, Tom learned from his embittered father that a small height is never an obstacle for success. If I came home from a fight that I had lost, then I had to go back out there and do it again. He was one of those guys. You go out there and you don't lose. Tom Cruise showed us how it all works at the shooting set of Mission Impossible Fallout. He jumped on the roof of a building, broke his ankle, and continued to run. The epic scene even made it into the final cut.
I knew I broke it instantly.
So you're down. Now anyone else will go, well, that's over. No. Up he gets, and he's running.
His short stature didn't stop the charismatic actor from winning the heart of a young Nicole Kidman, whom the actor dumped Mimi for after 3 years of marriage. Tom and Nicole then became the top celebrity couple of the decade.
We were nominated.
Still, as they never managed to bear children, rumors spread that Tom might be gay, and the media were more than happy to talk about it. Tom Cruise even sued a tabloid after they could not present any proof of the allegations. He received hundreds of thousands of dollars upon winning the case, which he then gave to charities helping children. Soon he became a father himself, when together with Nicole, they adopted a girl named Isabella. 2 years later, they adopted her brother, Connor. Meanwhile, Tom invented a new movie super agent.
Super game. Is he serious?
Always.
Tom never studied the art of stunt performing. He learned everything from doing it. He invents crazy new tricks and performs them on his own. Often, he has to convince the directors that it is even possible for a human to pull off the proposed stunt.
And you really think we can do this?
We're going to do it.
Now that he has overcome his dyslexia, Cruise is convinced he can do anything. Scientology helped him, and Tom now has decided to save the world. It was hard to believe otherwise after a video of him reflecting on becoming better by getting rid of unconfident people around him was posted.
I've canceled that in my area. You know, we have that responsibility to say, hey, this is the way it should be done, because we do it this way and people are actually getting better.
During the divorce proceedings with Nicole after 10 years of marriage, Tom's religious beliefs also raised some concerns. Documentary Going Clear says Scientologists have been taking some part in the matter. In 2004, during a press tour for War of the Worlds, Tom Cruise compromised his reputation even more. He claimed that psychiatry should be outlawed, and for 6 minutes straight, he fiercely argued that antidepressants are useless and that he is smarter than Matt Lauer.
I'm just saying, but aren't there examples where it works?
Man, you don't even, you're glib. You don't even know what Ritalin is. You have to evaluate and read the research papers on how they came up with these theories, Matt. Okay? That's what I've done. When you don't know, and I do, I think that you should be a little bit more responsible in knowing what it is, because you communicate to people.
It wasn't the first time Tom lost control in an interview either. In 1999, on a late-night show, he laughed hysterically, recalling the story of how he piloted a plane and cut off the passenger's oxygen supply so he and the other pilot could get enough in higher altitudes.
He was very quiet. He felt...
He fell asleep. He fell asleep. He slept the whole way.
Yeah. Isn't that attempted manslaughter? You just turn a guy's oxygen off? You're lucky you're not doing time, for the love of God.
For a couple of minutes, David Letterman was noticeably shocked by Cruz's hysteria.
Well, it's funny now.
There is a rumor that after watching this interview, Christian Bale had found inspiration for his future character in American Psycho.
He said, she's my hit.
Tom Cruise is equally skilled in portraying sociopaths as he is secret agents. For his supporting role in Magnolia in 2000, he received his third and last Golden Globe Award. Another time Cruise shocked the public in the audience hall was when he was exploding with excitement as he declared his new love on Oprah Winfrey's couch. The whole world thought the 40-year-old actor was having a complete meltdown. The interview generated hundreds of memes, and his sweetheart Katie Holmes was thrilled.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's so amazing.
Right.
And then, you know.
You're talking about Oprah.
No! I'm talking about this!
It turned out she had a poster of Tom Cruise hanging in her room when she was little. The actor was ready to marry her after just 1 hour of meeting. Too sweet of a love story gave rise to a new wave of rumors. People were saying the Church of Scientology held casting for the role of Cruise's wife, and the young star of Dawson's Creek was a perfect fit, as she also liked Scientology.
Yeah, I've read a few, listened to a couple of tapes, and I feel like it's making me a better person.
After David Miscavige appeared as the best man at their wedding, the press attributed him to be the biological father of Tom's daughter Suri. Andrew Morton, who wrote the book Tom Cruise, an unauthorized biography, and generated these rumors, was later decimated in court by the actor's team of lawyers. Tom kept trying to maintain his reputation as an insane Scientologist.
It's totally out of context.
Yeah.
He tried to convince fans through Oprah Winfrey, who he invited to his ranch in Colorado, that he had the perfect family and perfect life.
It's like nothing I've ever seen before.
Like nothing I've ever seen
I couldn't wait to show her.
The extremely private site consists of 320 acres in the best part of Aspen, which Tom bought in 1994. He even engineered the house on his own.
We get in like this, you know?
Oh.
She has her tea parties in here.
That is
We just
perfect,
hang out
Tom.
in
That's
series.
perfect.
Cruise knows how to earn money and is always very attentive to establishing agreements. His payment amounts always include some sort of a royalty fee, and it is often 20% of all the final release earnings.
Show me the money! Show me the money!
Moreover, Tom keeps all of his movie scripts with his notes in them.
Whoa, if you ever need any money, Tom, you've gotten
I
to
know.
live your dream.
I
You've
know.
gotten to live your dream.
I know, and I'm getting ready to turn it up now.
Get ready to turn it up.
Getting ready to turn it up now.
Wow.
The love for money turned his life over. In 2006, Paramount Pictures, influenced by his bad reputation, cut ties with Tom Cruise after 14 years of working together. Despite how much Cruise risked his life on the screen in Mission Impossible Part 3, the box office numbers were depressing. Tom received the first few millions of dollars earned, as the pay-or-play agreement required, but then Paramount Studio could barely make ends meet on the remainder. They didn't want to deal with him anymore, so a period of insignificant movie work followed. But Tom Cruise managed to win the viewers' adoration once again by playing a fat, balding man in Tropic Thunder.
I said I want to have fat hands and I want to dance.
Why you all in my ear talking a whole bunch of shit that I ain't trying to hear?
In 2011, Paramount Pictures came to an agreement with Tom Cruise again, and Ethan Hunt came back to our screens.
So what happens now?
Again, Tom surprised the viewers and jumped back onto a horse. But as soon as he left for Iceland to shoot the film Oblivion, Katie left for New York, filed for divorce, and changed her number. The rumors about Tom leading a home of tyranny were only boosted since the fact that she filed for full custody of her daughter without a legal court decision, and since 2012, she has never mentioned her ex's name. She was also forbidden from going public about her private life for the next 5 years. Tom had also been quiet about his private life up until 2020, when he started appearing with his Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning partner, Haley Atwell. It was at that same time the world didn't seem to recognize the actor's swollen face. fans were convinced Tom Cruise had gotten a little addicted to fillers. He may have never commented on that, but Cuba Gooding Jr. gave him away.
Do we think he's had any work done on the Pache?
Absolutely! I don't know what he's had done, but I remember I surprised him in his house one day and he had all these little dots all over his face. And I was like, you all right? He goes, I didn't know you were coming. I was like, I can see why.
Wow.
Jack Reacher, by author Lee Child, was sure that Cruise is too old for this stuff, thinking he needs to move on, transition to being a character actor, and his first manager is still convinced he will do whatever it takes to preserve his youthful image as long as possible and will fight anything that stands in his way.
You can't get a promotion, you won't retire. Despite your best efforts, you refuse to die.
It's one of life's mysteries, sir.
Cruise is 60 now. Top Gun's sequel is being called one of his best movies. Mission Impossible is on its way to Part 8, and moreover, Tom has started negotiations with Elon Musk and NASA on the possibility of shooting a movie in space on board one of Musk's SpaceX ships. They also say he will soon be promoted in the Church of Scientology. Cruise has sold off all of his mansions and apartments, instead buying a penthouse on the shore of the Gulf of Mexico in Florida. You can see the main church building right from the balcony of his new apartment. Tom is still as close to people as ever. During the shooting of Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning, he had to conduct an emergency helicopter landing in a private garden of a British family in Warwickshire.
It was a bit of a shock.
As a token of gratitude, he let the kids of the garden owner aboard.
So I was right next to the window and I could see everything, and it was so scary, but it was also so cool and amazing. Feels like it was a dream.
At the same time, tabloids are keeping track of how long it's been since Tom saw his daughter Suri. The first 5 years of her life were spent as the most spoiled child on the planet. Currently, her status has changed to a suppressive person, as well as her mother, Katie Holmes, who brings up Suri in the Catholic tradition. Same goes for Nicole Kidman, who didn't even turn up to her daughter Isabella's wedding. With her brother Connor, they have a much closer relationship with her father and Scientology. Tom Cruise's reputation suffered hardships no less tragic than those in his movies, but he is always determined about his success. Cruise knows what losing is like and is cool with laughing about himself.
Let's go, man.
Good to see
This
you,
can't
man.
be the second
Good
one.
to
It's
see
just
you.
be impossible.
Come on,
that would be impossible.
It would be impossible.
He has made himself into a mega successful person, and he puts millions of dollars into charity schools helping children. It could be, though, that he raises standards a little bit too much for others to reach. His first manager believes, "I worry that he's lonely. As long as he can work and make his kind of films, he'll be okay. What will happen if he ever can't do that? I don't know." Will Tom Cruise ever stop? Can't wait to see your bets in the comments down below.